Welcome to another Cardfellas Show. I'm Matt. He's Chris. Today, we're wondering, can you make any kind of money opening up boxes of cards these days? The thought came to me when I was opening up a Bowman U football blaster box that I got from Target. It was $19.99, so it was not a lot of money. But it turns out what I pulled wasn't a lot of money either. So it got us thinking, Chris. What are we doing here? Buying boxes. What are we doing here?
I think the title of the show should be "Stop Wasting Money on Packs," and it is becoming more and more clear as we watch all these breaks on YouTube. And I love watching Jab's family. He only does baseball, but he has so much energy and he's so excited about pulling cards. And I watched him last night do a $150 Target break. He bought, I think, 6 packs of the 12 card retail packs. He bought 5 packs of the 19 card retail packs of Bowman 22, and that ended up being about $100. And then he bought a couple blasters. One was a Heritage, the other one was a Top Series 1. Ended up being $150. He has people sponsor his videos. He got a Wander Franco rookie out of the Tops, which sells for about $5 now. And then he got he actually got a game used relic. And I don't remember who the player was. It was kind of a, not a superstar, but a star player that probably would go for maybe $10-15. And that was about it. And obviously with Bowman, we don't really know the value of those cards. You won't know for 4 or 5 years probably because it's so prospect driven. But you watch that break and you watch that $150 and you go, he got $40 worth of cards. And I made a joke on the Panini Facebook page, and whoever does a social media for Panini must have really thick skin, and they just don't even look at the comments, because when they introduced that National Treasures were coming out, I said, boy, if you've been looking for a way to turn thousands of dollars into hundreds of dollars, your ship has just come in. Because when you watch those National Treasures breaks, and I'll never buy a box of National Treasures. I actually buy a few single cards on eBay because that's where they're affordable.
Right.
But when you watch those people open those boxes, it makes me want to puke, and it's not even my money. But, and I've watched Jabs open them, and he'll get super excited about a card, and I'm like, let's go on eBay and take a look at that card. And it's worth $150. And it's like, you just pulled a $150 card that you were super excited out of a box that you paid $1,200 for. It just doesn't make sense.
And you've taught me that. You've kind of been like, hey, go watch breaks, find the cards that you like to look at, and then go buy them raw on eBay. You can chase them all you want. One of the classic chases is for the Michael Jordan baseball card from 1991, Upper Deck. There are people who buy those boxes hoping to get a Michael Jordan card. Just go buy it. And it's just, that's kind of where it first started, and then it's just kind of snowballed. And I think one of the things that we're dealing with right now is there's retail available, right? And that's something that's been very different over the last 2 years. Is you have an opportunity to buy it, so you buy it. And that's just the I know that's been one of the things that I've fallen victim to is I'll text you and I'll be like, hey Chris, I bought these boxes because they're available. You're like, sweet, what did you get? I'm like, Donruss basketball. You're like, oh, and I'll pass, and it's just, they're not good products. And I think basketball, especially, one of the major issues with basketball is the lack of star power in this rookie class. I mean, basketball is going to sit around for a while, and you're going to be able to get those, relatively cheap online for a while. I think about the NBA hoops cards that were out there, the contenders, NBA contenders, you can go and buy that at any time. So I think that is definitely impacting basketball, which used to be in high demand, really ultra high demand. And I think that's coming to football here in this next draft class, which lacks star power as well. And then baseball is just being overrun by, the number of product out there, the print runs. And again, they lack star power too. That Top Series 1 was a miserable set, if minus Wander Franco. And even now, like you mentioned, the Franco card is $5. So it's really hard. It's really hard to treat this like a profit deal. To quote Navin Johnson from The Jerk, you're not going to get this for a profit. The only way you're going to make some money off this is if you get the golden ticket and you just hit the lotto and you find a card, and it does happen, but it's just extremely rare. And I think one of the things too that you and I have talked about, Chris, is base cards are virtually worthless. You can't take a base card of a prize rookie and then get it graded right away and then flip it. Its grading costs are just too high. But you think back to a couple of years ago, you could pull a Joe Burrow like Panini Illusions card. Let's say that, just like a Panini Illusions base card, and go get it graded for $12. It comes back at 10. That's $100 card. And you just can't do that anymore. And so I think that's impacting the retail and even the hobby boxes as well. Because you mentioned the National Treasures. Hobby boxes, Chris, like that's even more of a crapshoot when it comes to spending your money and then getting that return on your investment.
Right. And the thing that really kind of makes me shake my head is, you look at the Bowman this year. The Bowman came out, and that's something that everybody was excited about. Topps was selling those hobby boxes for $300. They were hitting the hobby shops. The hobby shops were selling for $400. Well, why are you buying that box? Well, you're buying that box because it has autos in it that you're not going to get out of a blaster. You're not going to get out of retail. You got a better chance of getting numbered cards. And people are pulling these autos and they're prospects that they've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
The numbered cards are prospects they've never heard of. And I mean, you can go buy those cards right now on eBay for less than $10.
All right.
But you're going to pay a premium to open a hobby box. I mean, yeah, like you said, maybe you hit an auto of a big, Wander Franco or one of the new prospects that's out this year, and you do, hit big time. But I don't even know if I could call it a lottery ticket right now, because it's just the odds of that happening are literally as slim as hitting a lottery. So it becomes a very difficult thing. And if you do go back and look at kind of how things have changed over the last year, I think you're right. I think a lot of it is just due to the fact that grading has not been available, and people have kind of slowed down on buying things, because I think people are starting to figure it out that, I'm paying this amount of dollars and I'm not getting that back when I'm opening things. And honestly, I was talking to you about this today. I'm like, I don't think there is one product out there right now that you could do it consistently with, that you can actually open and make money. I mean, there might be something where, like, you hit, lightning in a bottle and you get a big card, and those things happen, but it's very, very rare. I remember January 2021 for my son's birthday. We had a local shop that was doing breaks, and they were doing it, on YouTube, and the gentleman that was doing it did a fantastic job. It was very entertaining to watch him do the breaks. And we would sit on our deck and put the TV out there and watch him do breaks. It was just fun to watch. And for his birthday, I remember I bought him into 3 different breaks. It was about $100 to get him in to these breaks. And, it's a random team draw. And I think out of that $100 in those 3 breaks, I think he got like 6 base cards. Like it was literally like, and obviously, maybe if he would have got the right team, it could have been different. But like, we got like $3 worth of cards for $100.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was a punch in the face. And you're like, whew, we really got to think about what we're doing here, because this isn't good. And I think, that was kind of a really big wake up call for us. And then just as grading shut down, it just became very clear that if you're going to go and open stuff, it's literally just entertainment, because you're not going to, I actually it's almost like buying fireworks. You're going to enjoy it, but when it's done, like, you're not going to be left with a whole lot. So things could change, certainly. And it's not like I'm opening those Bowman boxes and throwing those prospect cards away. I still enjoy them. I love the chrome that you're getting in them. I love that kind of stuff. But, it's literally just to collect and just entertainment dollars at this point. And I actually thought about flipping some of those cards on eBay, and it's just like it's not even worth it, man.
No.
Just hold on to them and hope that they turn into something. So
in preparation for the show, I did the Bowman University football, the Bowman U. So I got 3 boxes of them off Target.com, and I ripped one of them. And you asked me, and this is what kind of sparked this show, was, do you think you can make your money back with Bowman U? And so here's the cards that I pulled. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head. I pulled a paper CJ Stroud. So he's the Ohio State Buckeyes quarterback who's projected to be one of the top picks in next year's draft, Heisman candidate. I got a paper Malik Willis, was the quarterback from Liberty, drafted in the 3rd round. Then I got my best card was a purple Sauce Gardner. So he was drafted 3rd overall by the Jets, a cornerback. Those are 1 in 60 packs. So I actually got, as close to a quality hit as possible. And then I got a James Cook, so the brother of Dalvin Cook, a chrome rookie card of his. He's going to be a running back for the Bills. I also got a paper Chris Olave, wide receiver for the Saints. So I posted them all on eBay, and I put them well under the sales and the comps and all that stuff. Not one of them has sold yet. So I'm going to have to drop it down, and I think I have it priced out now where it would be about getting my money back. So maybe I didn't get a very good selection or didn't get the cards that I needed. If I would have gotten a purple Bryce Young, the quarterback from Alabama, maybe I would have made my money back. But I think consistently you are going to scratch and scramble to get your money back with even that $19.99 box of blasters. And Bowman baseball is up to $29.99, so you're paying even more for retail when it comes to that. But we've spent 12 minutes kind of saying you shouldn't do this, this is not a good investment. But Chris, I think we do have to remember, and you touched on it, this is cheap entertainment. This is we went so long without retail, affordable retail, that now we have it and we're like, don't buy it. So you have to go in with the expectation, though. Be prepared to lose money. Be prepared to treat this like a cheap entertainment instead of going to a movie. Rip a box. And then the other thing is maybe just snake it away. And that's what I've been doing. I've been buying boxes. I'll buy 2 or 3 and I'll put them away. And maybe they'll be worth something. Maybe I'll just, in a couple of years, I'll look and I'll go, oh, I'm going to rip that box just for fun and just see, who these prospects were at that point and where they are now in their career. I like doing that. And that's kind of a recommendation that I would give people if they're looking for something to do that's fun around retail wax. Hobby, I avoid. It's just a little bit too pricey for my taste.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's by the time you go, if you're the type of person who can afford a $400 hobby box, just go buy the cards you like, because I think you'll be able to get what you want at the price that you want, and you'll save some money and get what you want. And I guess that was going to be my next thing to say. I think a lot of people that are listening to this, especially the people who didn't leave the hobby, are going, everything you guys are saying, I love, because I want you guys to leave because you ruined it for us. But my thought is, so, what do you do? Like, we're sitting here talking, don't go buy wax and open it because it's a bad deal unless you really want to entertain yourself. So how do you pivot? And to me, what I've been doing, I just think we're in this weird transition time in the hobby right now. I've just been going through my collection and just kind of enjoying it. And I've actually kind of decided I'm going to take basically every card that I don't want, and I'm going to catalog it. I remember, in the 90s, this software coming out and people were entering all their cards in this software, and they'd have this great inventory. They know what they have. I'm like, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it on eBay. So I've just been putting cards up on eBay, and that's and I'm enjoying going through my collection and doing that. The other thing that I've thought about doing is, instead of going to Target and picking up a couple blaster boxes every week, just kind of socking that cash away, and I'm thinking about starting to go out and kind of venture out and buy some collections. And I've seen some really interesting stuff on Craigslist. I think last year Craigslist was this land of people who had absolutely no real expectation of what they can get for their cards. I mean, they were all living in la la land with weird numbers. But I'm starting to see people put things up on Craigslist that like the numbers make sense of what they want. And, I've seen some nice vintage collections that I've like, yeah, that's kind of in my wheelhouse of where I'd want to be for price. And I think that may be the way I pivot for right now, because I'm honestly like getting that retail wax back and have that available was fun for 6 months. And now I'm just tired of it. And it's like, I want to go and venture out and do some stuff, different things, and just kind of play around with cards that I never played with before.
Yeah. And we do. And most people probably do have a bunch in their own personal hobby or their personal collection right now that they can just go through and catalog. And at this point, like you said, we're in that weird spot right now of people trying to figure out what's next. And I think it's getting back to the true hobbyists and the true collectors and really getting people to collect what they love again. And I think that's an exciting time, and it's really a good opportunity to take inventory of what you have, what you don't want anymore, what you sure want to keep, and all that stuff, and then figure out once the next thing happens, you're ready for it.
Right. No, that's exactly what I've been doing, is just like, what do I want to get into? What do I enjoy? And I think that's the way I'm going to start to go. And we actually put up a show recently about our card show pet peeves. I haven't been to a card show in like 6 months. I think I want to get back into doing that and just going out. And you were just at one about a month ago and didn't pick up much, but the things that you picked up, I was like, boy, I would have liked to have bought those. Yeah. You didn't pay a lot of money for it. So I think that's something I want to go and do too.
Yeah, it is. And it's again, you're getting into it, you're enjoying it. You don't have high expectations. You don't have, we're not the high price tag people. If you haven't figured that out by now, I think we're in, closing in on 30 episodes here. We're not the high price people. We are the cheap bastards who like to find a deal and find the cards that we like. So that's just who we are, and that's who we will be. And if you continue to listen to us, maybe you can share some ideas on how we can do the hobby, different, and how you approach it. Like, that's what we love to hear. We have a really strong fan base on YouTube. They give us great comments. We love it. We're getting a lot of feedback on our podcast, which is great as well. So no matter how you get our content, we'd love to hear from you. YouTube's great for talking back, for a two-way conversation. Podcast great for taking on the roads. Cardfellas, that's where you can find us in both locations. So yeah, Chris, good luck. Walking by the wax aisle at Target, not buying anything. May the force be with you. I know it's a hard thing to do, but it is possible, especially when you're putting your money elsewhere. So good luck to you. Good luck to everybody who does that. And if you are buying wax, enjoy it. Again, enjoy it. Celebrate it. It's plentiful. There's plenty out there for you. You're not going to be flipping. You're not going to be battling flippers. So enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with more card talk at a future date. Until next time, we'll see you later.